Alright, are we working now? Alright. First world internet is wonderful. Yeah, I mean, there's probably one or two players in the minor regions that deserve to be on a major region team and have worked hard enough to do that, but not many of them. Like, sure, on Luna Meow, they might have one good player that could actually compete in a major region, but definitely not all five of them. Neither team even took out their night camp this game, which is kind of insane. So Miracle just walked up and took their immortal. Two people had to back right as the immortal spawned, which is insane. So they just lost the halfway phase for free, and then Miracle just stood there and took their immortal while they chased a Malthael or something. Alright. Are they taking a keep on the first immortal push? Against a Leeming and a Phoenix, they somehow couldn't defend at all. That's insane. They're just gonna run it down the bottom lane. I mean, this is like, the major region teams don't even respect these minor region teams. They don't care. They're going to troll pick a Kerrigan on towers. They're going to run it down the bottom lane 5 minutes into the game and just end the game because they're 3 levels ahead. Nobody enjoys these games. Wow, good job, Luna Meow. You managed to stop the 5-minute run it down bottom lane push. Ah, just kidding. The enemy team hit level 10. Now you lose. Oh no, you don't lose. Alright. Good job, Luna Meow. You came back. So exciting. Wow. Everyone's really enjoying this competition. This supposed to be best players in the world competition. Alright. So again with the decorative priority on Volskaya. Kind of weird. And no Diablo priority when Garrosh is banned, which is also pretty weird. And Raynor being first picked. Interesting stuff going on here. So there's the other offlaner that is good on this map because the Hawk is terrible on it, and Diablo. I don't know, it's weird that they... I don't know. I don't think Deckard's high enough priority over Diablo. Kerrigan ban. Alright then. Mephisto ban. Alright then. Mephisto is pretty decent against Diablo. Diablo has a hard time actually punishing Mephisto when his E pulls him back and stuff like that. And he's also a really big target for Mephisto to get resets off of pretty easily. Phoenix Muradin, sure. So there could be a Thrall pick for Genji, otherwise it's just another ranged hero. Li Ming or Hanzo or something, plus Malf support. Maybe White Mane. Alright, that's an Alarak. So they have the follow-up CC on the Alarak combo with Malfruit, and it is very... I mean, it's impossible for Phoenix to do anything. Alarak will walk up, and combo range is super far, and you combo the Phoenix and try and go on him. And Deckard can't save him. But the problem is, Team Liquid has a really strong front line to punish the Alarak when he uses his combo. And then this should be not a Li Ming, but probably some range DPS. Does J-Shrip belong in HGC? Yeah, he's probably better than at least like 30% of the players in HGC. I don't know. Thrall. Yeah, Thrall makes sense. He's another tanky hero that doesn't get completely one-shot by an Alarak combo. Yeah, but the thing is, at the Olympics, there's no limit to resources. Like, at the Olympics, everybody that deserves to be at the Olympics is at the Olympics. And every region is getting a bunch of people at the Olympics. Whereas in HOTS, they just cut down this year the number of teams that go to BlizzCon from 16 to 12. And those teams that got cut are major region teams and 2 minor region teams. And that's what sucks, is that there's limited resources to go around, and a lot of the resources are going to minor regions for such a fraction of what they actually contribute. It will be really hard for Team Liquid to kill Diablo ever, because their damage is really low. But if Alarak ever uses a combo and they don't get a one-shot off of it, they can punish him really hard. Yeah, like, we cut to 12 teams, and we get best of 2 groups, with secondary streams with games playing at the same time, and then best of 3 playoffs. Yeah, best of 3 quarters and semis. I'm pretty sure the semis are best of 3. Yeah, I mean, you can't have a competitive 2-day event. It just doesn't function unless you're already at the semifinals. Semis are best of 5? Okay. I don't know why they keep trying to force a competitive event into a 2-day event. Yeah, mid-season brawl is just better, because it's not limited by BlizzCon's 2-day limitation. So Blaze vs Irel. Irel has that rotation advantage, so Gen G could look to force health pack early, especially now that heroes are starting turret. But instead, Gen G is wandering around not doing anything. That's macro, where you stand around in the mid lane for 20 seconds while the enemy team gets a turret for free. And they had an opportunity, like, if you look here, right here. So right here, when do they see... So Phoenix was mid right here. He's clearing the wave, and he leaves. He leaves before the wave is even fully cleared, and you see him run down. So you know Phoenix went to the turret camp, 100%. Muradin came to finish soaking the mid lane. So you have that knowledge. Look at Irel. Wave is cleared. She's pushing into Blaze. Blaze does catch a massive minion wave. Right here, Irel runs up on the conveyor belt. They start the health pack with 5 heroes. She's hitting a wall. Like, Genji's macro is not that good. They're just, look at how much time they waste wandering around the mid lane before they finally start this turret camp. That was a free health pack camp, straight up. That was a free health pack camp. Team Liquid showed their rotation to their own turret, and Blaze is getting pushed in a losing matchup. And Genji wandered around. Look at how much time they waste wandering around the mid lane. So they go on Muradin, which is fine. They get some decent damage on him. And they finish clearing the wave out. And now look, 111. What are they doing? Oh, are we going to the turret? Okay. Take them 10 seconds to walk from mid lane to the turret camp to start it. What the hell? I mean, the only reason... Yeah, the thing is, if you chunk out the Muradin here... Muradin, if you force the health pack camp right now, Muradin does not have the time to regen to full HP, so he will still be somewhat damaged if he wants to contest this health pack cap. So, Gen G could have had a health pack here, and instead they get 10% of a turret. They literally spent 10 seconds with 4 heroes standing around mid doing literally nothing. I mean, sure, they're not taking it that serious, but this is just... I don't know. I mean, they had the same macro issues against Tempo Storm when Tempo Storm was running the cheesy, like, split push comp. Yeah, them wandering around means that they wasted time on Murden, too. If they were planning to just go to the turret, then they wasted time hitting Murden, too. Because it did nothing. So, Alarak gets a big spike at level 7 when he gets the W range and push range, which makes it... Because without the talent, his range is like to here. But with the talent, his range is like to here. So suddenly, if you're on the same screen as Alarak, he can combo you. And it's really obnoxious. And if you're a Phoenix, you cry, because you just have to sit on your mount until the fight starts. Because otherwise you get comboed and you die instantly. So, but before he gets level 7, then Phoenix can actually walk up and hit some people. And play the game. Alright, Thrall dies. He's dismounted, auto-attacking minions. Alarak combo with no Malfruit. Camera doesn't even catch it. I mean, the minion wave's already at his wall, and it's going to push into his wall here. He didn't need to be auto-attacking minions here. He could let his towers kill it, because his towers kill the minion wave way faster than he can. But him dying means that now Genji will get the health pack. So let's just imagine that Genji's macro was proper, and there was no pick-off on Thrall, and they just get this health pack for free anyway. Because this is how it should be. Then Team Liquid messes up. Oh, never mind. Team Liquid is fighting this 4v5. Yeah, that's a bad idea. They bait Genji's turret, I guess, but now that means that they're going to lose at least 30% of the capture point and more experience. Genji is not pressuring the Murden nearly enough. Now they are. Oh, they failed the Malfruit. That could have been a Murden kill, maybe. Because that 30% that Liquid got should have been Genji getting that. But it took them a while. It was just Alarak hitting the Murden for a while before someone else came in. Alright. Because this would be... They would already be at 70%. Maybe 60%. But they would be at a lot higher percent. And Team Liquid would be a lot more pressured to get onto the point. Now Team Liquid has so much time to finish the turret camp off. Maybe go clear top lane. That's Malf Cleanse used. There's the Alarak combo, and as you can see, there's nothing you can do about it. Alarak walked up, and he decided, I'm going to press WQ. And that's it. They got hit by it. Unfortunately, there was no Malfruit follow-up on it until now. And now Blaze is dead. It feels like... So why is Team Liquid losing the fight? So they just focus on Blaze, I guess? I don't know. I guess it's just Malf having stronger healing than Deckard. That's the reason why Genji wins this fight. Or maybe they're able to lock down a target and focus it. I don't know. Because all these heroes' damage should be pretty similar to each other. Rainer's damage to Phoenix damage is about the same. Alarak damage to Thrall damage is about the same. I guess Murden is stronger than... Or Diablo's stronger than Murden. And then Blaze and Irel are pretty similar too. But it's just Malf out healing the Deckard. Yeah, Malf has way better sustain. I mean, I don't know why you're picking Deckard so early when you're just gonna get out sustained in these fights. And even if you don't get out sustained, you're gonna run out of mana first every time. Mount versus E reset on Irel? I don't know, it depends on preference. I prefer the mount up. but they're both good. So Phoenix even died. Bottom lane, again, there's nothing you can do. Alarak decided to walk up to you and said, I'm going to press W and Q, and you're Phoenix, so you get hit by it. So right here... Okay, that's really aggressive. So right here, their Genji is really split up. They've got 2 in the Tree Glove, Urella's down here, and they decide to step up really heavily here into a Murden and a Phoenix, who are both way healthier than them. And then here, Alarak already W'd away, which means that this fight, if they try and fight more, is just going to be over, because Alarak can't combo. And then Raynor still steps forward into this Phoenix Q, which slows him down, and means that Team Liquid can keep chasing him. And there is again, oh, a hero within on the same screen as me? I guess I'll press W and Q on them. There's nothing you can do about it unless you have an instant mobility spell, or instant interrupt. You should W Murden and Phoenix instead of yourself? What do you mean? Who's W? You mean W them away? I don't think the Alarak W is big enough to push both of those heroes there. No, it would only push one of them. Raynor just shouldn't have walked into the Phoenix Q. He would have been fine if he doesn't walk into the Phoenix Q. So, Genji loses a small bit of the lead from that, but they're still getting the health pack. They won't be able to invade Team Liquid's turret, but they are pushing down the mid fort to save Raynor with... He used it on himself to push away from the Murden at the start of the fight, and then it's on cooldown the entire time. I mean, it was aggressive of them to be walking up mid like that, just as 2 of them, but they could have disengaged that for sure, if Raynor just doesn't walk into the Phoenix Q. Alright, now the Team Liquid has to somehow find a team fight before the next Tree Glove spawns, because if that spawns, Genji will be level 13, and even if Team Liquid manages to catch up to 13, they'll be fighting down a health pack, down a well, and down a fort, and a wall. Trank the only viable ult? No. You can sometimes take silence, but Trank is more reliable, more consistent. The Malf and Diablo synergy, or just Malf's root synergy with the Alarak combo or Diablo is just way off right now. Alright, there's a good Phoenix ultimate, but the Trank is countering most of it. And there's no other damage, too, until they all get in the bunker. So they try to punish Arel. That fails. Then they go on those 2 that got slept. But both of them have a ton of armor from... Yeah, you can look at their armor. Look at this. Arel jump plus Trank, 35 armor. And then Raynor has 60 armor because of his own 25 armor. So they literally take no damage from a full Phoenix ultimate with the slow. And a bunker. Yep. Like, why does a Raynor have 60 armor ever? How is it even possible? And now there's nothing Team Liquid can do. The game should just be over here. Genji could literally go AFK under their gates. They don't need to do anything anymore. Team Liquid has to come up here and fight them. Down a talent tier, down a health pack camp. Down 2 levels. Or they just give it away and let the snowball keep going, I guess. They're bringing the Tree Glove to fight. Sure. Did he combo him here? Okay. I mean, that's kind of fortunate that the Tree Glove route was in time. Alarak didn't even use any cooldowns there, unless they were already used. Maybe? He already comboed Muradin here? Okay, it was on cooldown. Alright, they just run the Tree Glove down bottom, take out this fort, take out the keep wall, take out the keep. Team Liquid looking for a fight right before 16. It's a lot of good damage on Irel, but she presses R. Gets in the Trank, gives everyone 35 armor. And there's a 16. And now Genji's pressing their buttons. I mean, they just kited until they saw an opportunity, and then they killed somebody. And now this keep should be dead for sure. And if Team Liquid loses 2 more heroes, then they lose the game. Okay, Muradin still let his jump. He might get chased down still. Rainer's really fast. No? Okay. I mean, you can look at Alarak's damage, and that's a bunch of damage, but at least 10,000 of that damage is just him pressing E, and then Deckard healing it. Because what's Deckard healing at? Not that high, but a lot of Deckard's healing and a lot of Alarak's damage just countered each other out, because it's just poke damage, that doesn't mean anything. E-build Alarak? Yeah, that's just the standard now. It's just most of the E talents. Oh, look at that. 3 level lead, and a health pack advantage, and you're down bottom keep, so the third Tree Glove ends the game. And your Phoenix ult doesn't do damage, because the enemy team has 35 armor during the entire team fight. Neat. I mean, it's like, this is how the map should go, though. This is just how the map should go, is team wins this, team has the first Tree Glove. Team takes the first Tree Glove, and runs it into the top lane, and kills this fort. Team has a 2-level advantage and a health pack. Team wins the game. That should just be how the map plays out every single time. That's just how the map should work. And unless this team YOLO fights here, and actually find something, that's just how the map should play out. Like, that's the other reason why I don't like Deckard, is because his spike is at level 13. And before then, he isn't even that amazing as a support, and you just don't get to that spike before it matters. Kerrigan ban again, alright. It is Tomb, so it is a better Kerrigan map, but that gives away Genji. And this should be a Diablo with maybe a Blaze, maybe a Raynor. They were prioritizing Raynor pretty highly. Yeah, 90%. It should be 100%, but throws happen, I guess. Yeah, better than the first Tree Glove being completely useless. Yeah, but there should be a middle ground. Alright, so easy. And Liquid, because they're prioritizing Deckard, they probably pick it here. And they probably go off lane. Or Blaze, probably. Yeah, I mean, they went from the Tree Glove being literally useless, and just being food for the enemy team's quests, to being way too insane. Where's the Medivh? I don't know where the Medivh is. Are these teams both going to try and act like they don't play Medivh or something? Do I know results before watching? Some of these games I watch on my second monitor when I wake up, but not all of them. So I know some of the results. And with the drafts or stuff that I've already seen, then I don't make predictions and stuff like that. You can go back, because it was the Heroes Hearth versus Dignitas series or whatever earlier today. I just went through the draft because I already saw it. Alright, a noob's banned, so what tank can they go? Tyrael, Joe, Murden? Most likely. ETC is too weak against Diablo Raynor. And a white main pick. Alright. Not sure what makes them pick white main here compared to Malf at a different point. What do I think of Phoenix ban? I'm not really sure. I guess the point is that... I guess the point is that basically what Phoenix is able to do on this map is he can sit in the top lane and he can clear it by himself really quickly and really safely. And the other hero that can do that is Junkrat, but Phoenix is stronger than Junkrat in the early game, so if you have a Phoenix versus a Junkrat, then the Phoenix will always clear first. And also if you have a Genji, you can't punish the Phoenix with Genji, but you can punish the Junkrat with the Genji. So, and then the other thing is that if Genji wants two ranged heroes and not like a Thrall or something, then Phoenix would be their best pick because Phoenix is tanky against the Genji, whereas a Hanzo or a Li Ming or something like that would be a lot more vulnerable to the Genji. Yeah, it is kind of weird because Genji already picked a ranged, and they could have banned out the Blaze offlane, which would have forced Genji to go to Dehaka or Leoric, which is a lot weaker. But they're prioritizing that. I'm thinking that they might pick a Junkrat here, because they banned out the Phoenix. Can they hammer? Yeah, Genji could hammer. Okay, so they have Joe Jaina. So Diablo in this game will be literally unkillable. He's just going to be able to spell shield all of Genji's damage, all of Jaina's damage, all of Arel's, half of Arel's damage, just everything. He cannot die. In a team fight, he can probably just 1v5. So this last pick could be anything. They do need more wave clear in the rotation. Junkrat would be risky, but yeah, it's Junkrat. Like, any pick here would be risky that can wave clear, because the Jaina's denied, and even Jaina would be risky. Gul'dan would be more risky, or more vulnerable, I guess. So Junkrat, he can still just sit under his wall and wave clear, and Genji can't touch him there. And that means that Genji can sit mid as 3-man, and then Blaze can sit bottom, and their 3-man can just clear mid, focus on clearing mid, and then rotating. Because they're never going to win the rotate against the Jaina Joanna. Jaina Joanna is always going to walk up to the wave, instantly clear it, and then rotate. So yeah, the Phoenix ban was decent because it forced this pick to be a Junkrat instead of a Phoenix, which is a much easier target. And also makes Genji's early game a lot weaker, which is where... Because Genji is a strong early game hero on this map, and he gets a lot weaker as it goes in later on to team fights and stuff. So if he was matched by a Phoenix, then that would be able to negate Genji's early game strength a lot. I don't think Hammer could work with this comp because they wouldn't have enough wave clear. It would just be too easy for Team Liquid to rotate and push all of the waves in. I don't think a Hammer would ever really get the opportunity. I mean, they could put Raynor top, I guess, and then Hammer mid and try and siege like that, but especially with Blaze losing the offlane to Arel can collapse on that too, so it would be pretty risky. I'm not that confident that it would work compared to previous Hammer games. But the sacrifice they made for this not being a Phoenix is that this is a Blaze instead of a Leoric or a Dehaka, which is also a big deal. But the other thing is that this Diablo is literally going to be unkillable as soon as he gets past 50 souls. Literally cannot die to anything. Alright, well that's kind of insane, that... Because the thing is, Genji should know, I mean, yeah, they should know that they're the weaker team in the early game. They have a Diablo who has 0 souls, they have a Junkrat who is just not good in the early game. He's only good for wave clear in the early game before he scales. And they shouldn't be going for hard engages, but then they see a Genji just jump into them with his D, only his D, so Genji still has his E and his W, and his D is on a 5-second cooldown as well, so it's not even that big of a cooldown, and they decide to just go on him. And they don't even have CC, Like, this isn't even a Diablo charge into a flip into a Blaze charge. Because the Blaze isn't in position to punish this. Or to even try to punish this. So then, they use every cooldown on the Genji. Genji just presses deflect and eats all of their cooldowns. And then Junkrat's W even gets thrown down. And even if this W flips the Genji, Genji still has his E. So I don't know what is going on with this. I don't know what you expect when you do that. And then they get pulled in by a Joe, and then Deckard comboed, and Jaina blizzarded. And Diablo's not 50 souls yet, so he actually took damage. So that's a great way to start the game for Team Liquid, who needs to win the early game. Before they get outscaled. And now they're even killing Blaze in the rotate. They caught him in the rotate. Looks like a white main saves him. Hey, I said after he gets past 50 souls. So is Genji actually going to keep their white main Rainer bottom lane? No, it was just here because Blaze was getting ganked? Sure. So what I'm expecting is at some point Junkrat will be the one up here, and then Diablo, white main Rainer are here, Blaze is down here. It's impossible for Genji to rotate through lanes because Genji will gank them, or they'll get caught by Joe, and they don't have the wave clear to anyway. Good unstoppable. Maybe punish the Blaze for not having charge. No, he's got his armor. Armor, by the way. But, again, this is one thing that Genji can do, is if they bait Team Liquid into a fighting here for a while, in this 3v3, 3v4, then Junkrat will clear this top wave for free. And that's what they want, is if Junkrat knows where the Genji is on the map, and Genji isn't threatening him top, then Junkrat will still clear this wave top lane for free. And I think this is... Team Liquid is fighting too much here, because they have heroes that actually run out of mana, whereas Genji doesn't. So Deckard's at half mana already, Joe's getting towards half mana, and they want to really just be focusing on the rotate and pushing waves in. And then either going to do a night camp during their free time, or getting gems in, rather than fighting, because white main's just going to heal all the damage for free. I mean, yeah, Diablo's messing with the Joe whenever she walks up to try and get gems, but... Oh, she's actually just going to die. Alright, then. Is that cuz Junkrat was here? So yeah, this is... So Junkrat got to clear this top lane for free, because Genji's showing, and then he comes down. And then Team Liquid gets 4v3'd, and their Jaina and their Joe were split up, because they messed up the rotations. So Jaina's just not here. This is just a 4v3. And this should not be happening. It should be a 4v3 in favor of Team Liquid at all times. Okay, here comes the gank on Jaina. Sure. And that's really risky if they don't know where Genji is, but Genji is stuck clearing midwave because Joe died, and because Team Liquid's rotations are completely messed up. Deckard missed all of his healing? Yeah. I think Joe was still dead there no matter what, just with Rainer and Junkrat running at her. And now, Genji is the team that has more gems in. And Genji is the team that's ahead in the rotation. Which just should not happen. And again, where's the Jaina clearing this wave? After Joe W's it. I don't know. Like, even this, where they have a 3v3 mid, and Genji 1v1's the Junkrat top. Even that is fine for Team Liquid. As long as the Joe and the Jaina are together. Okay, they're getting in on white main here. And Irella's here too, so white main should be dead. Oh no, white main's pressing Q on herself a bunch. Alright, I mean... White main's the tankiest support in the game, I guess. Because that's ridiculous. But They finally kill her, but what are they losing for that while Arella's up here? Because Arel just ran straight up here after clearing over Blaze. So, yeah, Arel actually just comes up here, and Genji doesn't respect it. They even see Arel. I mean, they're caught already. That's the problem, is that they're already caught by the time Arel collapses up here. But look at how long it takes to kill this white man. She literally just turns her full mana bar into a half of an HP bar. That's ridiculous. But in exchange for that kill, those 2 kills, they're losing this bottom wave, and Blaze got his gems in, which is a really big deal too, because that's the hardest hero to get your gems in on, is your offlaner. Team Liquid is getting their gems in now too, but nope, they're getting stalled, so they're not even getting their gems in. My thoughts on Genji's build? I don't know. I would have preferred... I like the E at level 4 because it gives you wave clear. I think... I don't know, the spell armor isn't even that amazing, but neither is the dodge. Like, neither one is that great this game, so... But this is still not nearly a big enough lead for Team Liquid to win the game. Now Junkrat is sneaking in turn in bottom, and Team Liquid is completely unaware of it, and now Genji got the first turn in. How do you not know that Junkrat's not here? So he fast cleared top again, and your Jane is catching it for some reason. And then he just runs away. And the wave's pushing into Jaina. But you have nobody watching the bottom turn in. I don't know what the reasoning for going Shuriken build is. I mean, I guess it's to try and burst the tanks with Shingen procs at level 13 with the extra charges of it, and it also synergizes with the level 1 talent because it's the reduced cooldown to give you more charges of the Q, but can never bank on a lead against them. I think you should be able to bank on a lead against any team if you have a Jaina and a Joanna, and their best wave clear is a Junkrat, and the rest of their wave clear is terrible. I think you should be able to just say, we should push them into their towers and then turn in gems while they're clearing waves still. And that just hasn't happened once. Blaze actually just leaves the off lane because he can't push into an Arel anyway. Him pushing 1v1 is the same as the Webweaver pushing 0v1. So instead he's here to be with his team. And I mean, you can just compare the impact of the heroes. Jaina should have a much higher impact than Raynor in the early game, and Genji should have a much higher impact than Junkrat in the early game, and even Arel has a much higher impact than Blaze in the early game. So you should just be ahead in the early game because your heroes are better in the early game, and you're not because they got the first turn in. And at this point, Diablo's probably close to 100 souls, so he is 100% unkillable. Yeah, they should not be giving turn like that. I mean, I don't think Junkrat, when you have a Genji already, and your 3 men can clear mid by themselves, I don't think Junkrat should ever be able to clear this wave first before your team clears it. I think if Junkrat walks up and starts clearing this wave, a Genji should always be there to dash on him. Because Genji doesn't need to be bottom lane at all to gank a Blaze when Arel is already winning that. So all Genji should need to do in the early game is just camp the Junkrat. Sit in the middle here. If your team fights mid, you can go to that. And if the Junkrat's trying to clear, you go on him. Just every time. There's a bunker forced from something. Looks like they just catch Blaze a bit. And Joe doesn't even use Bless Shield to force that. That's pretty good. They still get 10 first? Yeah, but they're not ahead that much. They're ahead to half a level. And now Genji got level 10, and their Diablo has a ton of souls. And 10 is a big spike for Junkrat. Before level 10, he does almost nothing in team fights. Once he gets level 10, Riptire can win a team fight by itself. It does so much damage. And it's impossible to really stop it effectively. So they're trying to force turn in while they have a night camp out. Hold on. Has Genji got a night camp out at all this game? No, they can't, because their comp can't get a night camp, whereas Team Liquid can get a night camp really easily with Jaina. So they get out knights, they push up on a turn-in, they set up for the turn-in, and try and zone for it, and Genji is stuck clearing the night camp really slowly. And even with all of that, Blaze is really obnoxious, and he can stall over here by himself, and there's nothing you can do about it. So Blaze stalls, then Diablo stalls, then Blaze stalls again, and the entire time there's two heroes clearing out a night camp. There's a sleep ring combo. Okay. And there's no white main ultimate for that. Okay, Genji grabbed some of the gems. That's pretty good. So, Team Liquid, Joe finds a Bless Shield on the Rainer, and they call to dive on him. Everyone's in pretty good follow-up range, but it gets instant cleansed by white main. And then, when does the white main ult get popped? Right here. So the white main ult gets popped pretty early, actually. And then, the white main ult is used, and then they get slept. So the white main ult is gone, and now there's no 40 armor. And it's a 3-man sleep, one gets woken up. But 3-man sleep, 3-man ring, 3-man blizzard, 2.5 second root on everybody, or 3 seconds, something insane like that. Yeah, that combo is really good. Because Genji wanted to punish Joe after she got bounced in here, and doesn't have her unstoppable, but in doing so, they end up really stacked up together, and then Deckard walks up from Fog and sleeps them all. And Deckard, well, it's not even just a sleep from Fog, it's Deckard hit a combo first, so they're all rooted, stacked on top of each other, then slept, so they can't do anything about it. And there's no cleanse, there's no white main ultimate, there's no bunker, so there's nothing to counteract this. If there is a lot of cooldowns that Genji have to counteract this kind of a combo, though. Between the white main ultimate and the bunker being the two big ones, and cleanse. But yeah, they get 4-man ringed, and ring is insanely strong if it actually hits reliably, but because it's a 1.5 second delay, anyone can just walk away from it if they're not hard CC'd. But they are, and there's no 40 armor. If they had 40 armor, nobody dies here on Genji, because they just take half damage. It looks like Team Liquid lose more gems than Genji, though, which is kind of bad. And again, this is just giving more experience to both teams, which Genji is fine with. And if you look at Diablo in that ring combo, one thing. So, Diablo gets ring comboed, and watch his health bar. It literally is not even moving, while two other heroes literally die in that combo. His health, he takes less than 1,000 damage in that, because he's unkillable. He's a balanced hero. He pressed a button that's on a 10-second cooldown, and he doesn't care. That's pretty fancy, but there's no follow-up. So yeah, that's the problem for Team Liquid, is they needed to dumpster in the early game, and they didn't. So now Diablo's unkillable. And now they're going to have a very fun time. One thing for Diablo is he didn't take Lightning Breath, he went APOC for the counter engage. So that means that he's not getting as many resets on his level 1 talent as he would be otherwise. But he can do whatever he wants. Diablo can literally do whatever he wants this game. Diablo's effective health bar is 25,000 HP. And then any healing that white main gives to him is 4 times as effective. Yeah, just kill him to reset his souls, but then he also instantly respawns, and he has his level 4 talent to rebuild souls faster. Alright, so Team Liquid look for a gank on Blaze, who's a bit far up in the lane. They get the knockback, they get the root, but he bunkers it, and then he bunkered it. But that is a big cooldown now. Now imagine if they did that gank and bunker was a 40-second cooldown. Wouldn't that just be hilarious if that ultimate was on a 40-second cooldown, how balanced it would be? Well, it turns out it was on a 40-second cooldown when its hero was released. So yeah, he bunkers it. It effectively gives him an avatar plus a D shield plus a cleanse, which is pretty good. But now bunker's down. And now, again, they get a Sleep Ring combo. And Diablo's Spell Shield's on cooldown, but he gets woken up by the tower. But the target's Blaze. And Genji dies somehow. What's Genji dying to right now? Oh. What is Genji dying to right now? So he catches Junkrat in the rotate. And that's a good thing, because he wins that 1v1. But then he dies. Huh. And then Blaze doesn't die, because Blaze also has 25 armor, so he's pretty tanky here. It's not quite 75 armor, but it's 25, which is a pretty big number still. And, yeah. Yeah, Reyna right-clicks and Qs him, but also, he used his E for damage on the Junkrat, and he tried to kill a Junkrat with X-Strike, so we had no escapes left. And Junkrat got saved by the White Mane ultimate. Yeah, if Jaina just follows up on the combo with the rest of his team, then they win the fight, because Blaze dies and he doesn't. But he's trying to make plays and split focus. So he dies and the Blaze doesn't. And the game should just be over now. I don't know, Diablo's still unkillable. Junkrat's almost level 13, and once he's level 13, Genji can't pressure him anymore that effectively, because he just W's and bounces away. And, you know, all these heroes are really good. And I guess Irel is dead here? Yeah, so Genji sees Irel clearing this bottom solo, and they see two heroes top, so after they kill his fort, they start running bottom right away. Before they even kill the fort, they start running bottom as 5. Irel sees this, so she tries to escape and back, but Junkrat rotates away really fast, so he stops that. And I mean, Irel will die eventually, unless she runs through the entire fort. I mean, she's trying to waste as much time as possible from as many heroes as possible, and she kind of is, but that fort's gone, she's still dead. That's a bunch of gems. Icy Veins is the only thing. The only thing left to carry this is Bunker being down, White Mane Ultimate being down, Cleanse being down, and them getting another 3-man sleep. No, they need more than one. They need like 3 fights where they get a 3-man sleep plus Ice plus Ring, while these 2 ultimates are down, and Cleanse. That's the only way they can win the game anymore. Oh hey, Junkrat's overextended. Oh, they actually kill him. That's really random. So Junkrat's here, he's clearing the wave. Okay, I can W to my team. Does he just not see the Joe? Is Joe actually in Fog this? I feel like she gets seen by the minions here. It's really random. I mean, that's also a way that Team Liquid can come back, is do that and then steal the boss. That's already damaged. And then get a turn-in with the boss. That's pretty strong. If they get the boss. They're not getting the boss, though. Huh. Why aren't they getting the boss? Probably because Diablo's unkillable. Yeah, I mean, Rich plays really risky in a lot of ways. And when he doesn't get punished, it looks good, but when he does get punished, it looks bad. Alright, Diablo reacted to the sleep with his spell shield, so that cleanse was even necessary, but that's fine. So Liquid gets the turn-in out of it at least, but your turn-in means nothing when it is now into a scaled Junkrat, a scaled Blaze, and then a 3-man that's unkillable. And also your lanes are terrible, so this turn-in does nothing. So mid is cleared, while Team Liquid is fixing their lanes. Actually, it's not. Why is it not cleared? Can they really not clear this right now? Okay, I guess they fixed their lanes before it spawns, so they can't clear it. Alright, fine. Mid is not cleared, but the Web Weavers are still a bit staggered. Kind of. Actually, that minion wave. Team Liquid didn't clear this minion wave specifically so that the Web Weaver would be delayed. If they killed all of these minions, then it would have just walked into Genji and died for free before this Web Weaver gets in the bottom. So that was actually really good by Team Liquid. But in the end, it's just a 1-3-1 from Genji. They have all of their walls up. This is the first turn-in that Team Liquid has gotten. So every single wall is up, every single fort is up. They're going to try and dive Blaze, but Blaze has a bunker, so I don't know if he even dies to this. Okay, it looks like he dies to this eventually. Does he die? Does he not die? He doesn't die to this. Oh no, he died. Okay. Very, very slowly. It seems like... It looks like Genji pressured Junkrat. I think Genji was playing super aggressive, and then that made Genji think that Team Liquid was going to play the top lane. And then suddenly, a bunch of heroes show up here, while White Mane is already top lane rotated, and so is Diablo, so they can't even collapse in time to save Blaze. Blaze got the PvE talent at 7, yeah. So his wave clear is insane. And yeah, everyone's super far away other than Raynor. So Raynor's the only one that even can get here. But that's fine. You have a Diablo that can't die. So Diablo's just going to say, hey, enemy team. Hello, enemy team. Jane is like, oh. Guess I'm dead. Guess I'll die. Some stuff's happening over here, but meanwhile, Diablo's just going to 1v4. So don't mind him. He is kind of killable if he doesn't have White Mane there to heal him, but... So Team Liquid got a turn in, it got top wall, bottom wall, and fort, and they got a Blaze kill out of it, and that's it. And now Junkrat's level 16. And Raider's level 16, and he gets a massive healing on his Q. And Diablo's level 16, so he gets Q resets. Yeah, Diablo just stands in the middle of the enemy team forever. Irel ends up not lasting as long as Diablo, with her ultimate up. So at this point, if Diablo feels like pressing his Q on somebody, he can, if he wants to. Just QEQ someone and delete them from existence. Here's the Riptire, but he didn't find anything. But that's fine, because Riptire lasts forever, so it'll just fly around until it half-shots a Genji. Blaze is eating a lot of damage, though. Did they just chase too far here? Yeah, Blaze gets turned on. That's an Icy Veins Jaina. She just activated it, so she's doing a lot of damage here. But he's got Bunker to bail them out of their mistakes. I guess that's the other thing, too, is that so much of the stuff that's OP right now is just stuff that is get-out-of-jail-free cards. Like, Blaze Bunker is just a get-out-of-jail-free card. Diablo's level 1 Spell Shield is just a get-out-of-jail-free card. It's not even stuff that you can use that rewards you for using it aggressively. He could just go on that Joe. Okay. These heal reductions have been really strong. And yeah, so... Again, take a look at Diablo's health bar versus Blaze's health bar. I don't know why Blaze didn't take the Spell Shield at level 16. That is a very large mistake, actually. If he had that, he lives through this, just like Diablo. But, yeah, one person's health bar moves, and the other one just doesn't. And that's just punishing Bunker being down, and White Mane doesn't get her ult out in time for the Ring of Frost. I think she's zoned out. Or something. White Mane's just a bit late getting her ult out. Here's Diablo. He's gonna get his second Spell Shield of the fight soon. Not soon enough, but... I don't know why Blaze didn't take Spell Shield at level 16. That's actually really bad. Jaina got armor reduction? Yeah, that's standard, though. And they managed to sneak in the turn-in. I don't know why this isn't on the main stream. That's pretty insane to me. What game was on the mainstream while this was playing? I want to see that. So while Genji was playing against Liquid, the mainstream had nothing? What? This was just on the second stream while there wasn't a mainstream game happening? Or was it Dignitas vs. the One happening? Dig vs. the One was a mainstream game while this is being played? Nice meme. Oh, look at that full Jaina combo. So now Junkrat's level 16. He's really high on stacks on his level 4 talent, the quest. And his wave clear is really good. And he gets resets on it. There goes Blaze being really YOLO, and he's going to get punished again. Because he's actually killable when he doesn't have the 16 talent, whereas Diablo is not. Like, actually, I'm going to pull up the wiki, just because the Blaze level 16 talent is insane. If you're against a full magic damage team like this, you 100% take that talent. Alright, never take this talent if you're against that. You take this, 40-second cooldown. Gain 50 spell armor for 3 seconds. When it ends, 125% of the damage, the spell damage that is reduced by this armor, you get given to as a shield. So you negate half the damage, 50% of the damage, and then you get even more of that as a shield. So basically, let's say you take 100 damage. Let's go calculator real quick. Google calculator. So you take 100 damage. I don't even need a calculator for this, it's so simple. Let's say you were to take 100 spell damage. You negate 50 of it, then when this ends, you get a shield for, like, 60. So you took 100 spell damage before reductions, and then you negated half of it, and then you got a shield for even more of it. You actually are getting healed effectively by the spell damage you're taking during this duration. It is absolutely ridiculous. It is almost as strong as Diablo's level 1 talent, but it's his level 16 talent, so it can't be as insane. If this was a level 1 talent, it would be really insane, but it's not. But it's still really, really insane. So I don't know why he didn't take that, because he died, and he wouldn't have died if he had it. The shield doesn't even expire, so you take that full combo, you get a shield for like 5,000 HP, and then you walk into the next team fight with a 5,000 HP shield, and the team's like, what? What do we do? He would literally have a shield for his full health bar. It would literally be a Joanna Indestructible that he has right now. Yeah, if that's a level 1 talent, Blaze can be a main tank, easily. He took the charge cooldown reduction in armor. For every hero he hits, he gets 10 armor and 1.5 second cooldown reduction, which is a pretty good talent, but when you're against 100% magic damage team like this, you take the spell shield, because it's OP as hell. Because the thing is, he charges in and he gets like 20 armor. That's fine, that's not going to save him from any one-shot. You get effectively more than 100 armor and spell damage, you're not going to get one shot. And it looks like at this point Genji's just giving turn-ins. Especially with Team Liquid being level 20. I mean, it took so many mistakes from Genji in this game for Team Liquid to even get a 1 level lead. And this is not even enough for Team Liquid to come close to winning the game. This boss plus turn-in will not get this keep. Unless Genji makes more mistakes. Yeah, like, there is 0 physical damage on this team. Literal 0. If there was some kind of a team fight graph or something that shows how much damage got dealt by each team, this team would have like 10,000 magic damage dealt and maybe 1,000 physical damage dealt. Especially against Jaina, where a lot of her damage is telegraphed, with Ring and Blizzard, and that kind of thing. And then to counteract the duration of Icy Veins. It's just insane. But yeah, at some point, Junkrat should use Riptire to help clear this, and to push the enemy team back. Like right here, his Q is on cooldown. He's not gaining any value. He should just Riptire. Okay, he just bounces into Deckard for free. No follow-up. But look at Team Liquid's health bars. Joe almost got her indestructible popped. There's the Riptire after the keep's already dead. Okay. And it misses. Oh, but wait. What is this? Is that a Blaze Charge into APOC combo? With a bunker? Neat. And at this point, Genji should just be able to chase down Team Liquid and end the game. Junkrat can chase this forever. He's going mid. Okay. Oh, their core is taking damage, actually. That boss is still kind of healthy. They can't end the game yet. Yeah. Bunker is ridiculous. Alright, Genji's actually in a bad spot. I did not expect that boss to be that tanky, but it was that tanky. And Genji, yeah, I don't know. I feel like if your Junkrat is wanting to rotate to clear out the other lanes, then he should go clear bottom first, but he doesn't. He just doesn't. They should not lose a second keep here, for sure. This keep should not be dead. That just should not have happened. Riptire would not have been enough to save this keep, but they should not be down 2 keeps. They could be down 1 keep, and this is still so easy to win for Genji. They have so many gems too, they should just get turned in here still too. Yeah, gods can bleed if they smash their own heads in. Jaina is holding out a really sharp icicle, and Blaze just constantly rams his face into it. No, I don't know the final result. I mean, when this game got to the point where both teams are level 10, and they're both even, Genji should have like a 90% chance to win. But then Blaze just constantly threw away his bunker cooldown, getting caught out of position, and then caught out in teamfights and overextending. And, like, he doesn't need to do anything. He can sit there and just let Diablo 1v5. And then sit there and wait for the sleep combo and bunker that. That's all he has to do. Diablo can frontline by himself. He does not need Blaze there with him. Ever. Like there, look at this Blaze position. This is optimal Blaze positioning. Sit on top of your white man, and just go AFK there, while your Diablo 1v5s. Yeah, I think Lightning Breath would have helped Diablo a lot, because the thing is, Diablo's unkillable, but he also can't kill anybody else, because he doesn't have any damage without Lightning Breath, until he at least gets to 13 and 16. With Lightning Breath, he would have had a lot more of an immediate teamfight impact. And APOC doesn't really have a good target either. Like, I haven't seen any amazing APOC combos that... Because their follow-up on APOC isn't even that good, because Riptire is going to hit whatever it's going to hit anyway. It doesn't need CC setup. And then their other follow-up is a Rainer. It's not like he has a Ring of Frost that he needs to set up for. So I feel like the APOC hasn't been that great value. Oh, they're going on... Oh. Spell Shield popped. Never mind. And the other thing, too, is Diablo went Battle Momentum instead of the W resets, which hurt his survivability. If he had the W resets and Lightning Breath, I think he could just 1v5 every team fight. I mean, APOC punishes that Team Liquid doesn't have Cleanse, but Team Liquid has 3 heroes that just don't get hit by APOC, ever, with Genji, Arel, and Joe. And then even Jaina, when she gets Ice Block, doesn't get hit by it. So it's not like... I don't know. It's not like you just see a hero and you just rip APOC and one-shot them. Ever. Because it would be so nice if what happened in every team fight is just like right here. Diablo literally Qs the Joe, flips her, Qs into the Jaina, pops Spell Shield, starts Lightning Breathing on the Jaina. And then what happens is the Riptire comes in, and then the Jaina dies. Like, that could happen every team fight, very easily. But it never does. Okay, I need a bunker here. Yep. Oh, Cleanse got used too. Alright, APOC combo. While Joe's Unstoppable is down, she has Indestructible though. But Genji has done nothing. There's a sleep combo. They had a bunker though. And there's 40 armor plus Unstoppable, for reasons, and Blaze still dies. Oh, she didn't walk up far enough to hit Blaze. Oh, and it's the upgraded. Oh, that actually sucks for Blaze. This is upgraded sleep, so it has a silence and a blind on top of it when it ends. And Diablo manages to get in the bunker, but Blaze doesn't because it dies too quickly. So Blaze is silenced and then gets focused again. And again, he doesn't have the talent that would keep him alive. And you can look at how much damage Riptire does. It literally half-shots the Jaina, and it's not even in close range of her. That's not even the maximum damage for Riptire. That half-shots the Jaina at medium range. Yeah, you got minus 25 armor from Jaina. How many times did he die? He's at like 3 or 4 deaths at this point. At least. Might even be 5. He might be at least half his team's deaths. No, he would activate... Let's go back. Because here's what happens is... See, Diablo sees Deckard start the sleep animation, and he activates Spell Shield in advance. And that is what Blaze would do as well. Is that he would see the he would see the sleep animation, and he would activate in advance. Or he just wouldn't come out of the bunker into it. Because then, as you can see, during most of the CC, he spell shielded. Though the silence does end up screwing him over, too. I think this is an issue with bunker just in general, is I don't know if you can control how you get out of the bunker, which direction. So I think he was trying to get out of the bunker here, and instead it put him out of the bunker here. Which is just a bug, I think. I think it's just a bug with bunker, getting in out of bunker, where it just randomly puts you... I mean, there's no way he clicked here. There's no way that Blaze is in the bunker, sees the sleep, and right-clicks here. 100% he right-clicked here, and bunker decided to spit him out here. 100% it decided to spit him out here while he was clicking over here. His mouse is here. One guaranteed. And the bunker's just like, no, you know. I think if you click too far away from the bunker, it just puts you out somewhere at random. There's no way he intentionally comes out of the bunker into a Deckard sleep. There's no way. So now Team Liquid, they've got catapults pushing the side lanes that Genji has to clear. And then Team Liquid as a 5-man, they get enough gems for the next turn, and that should win them the game because two keeps are already down. That should be good enough, even though they are pushing into a Junkrat, and still an unkillable Diablo, who I don't think has died still this game. Since that level 1 death. Oh no, Genji actually gets the turn in? Does Genji not have enough gems? No, they just get it in while Team Liquid is resetting. Alright, so that actually means that Team Liquid can't win still, and that gives enough time for Blaze to respawn. Core HP is irrelevant. Team Liquid can't kill Actually, they can. That is kind of relevant. Team Liquid could rush Core right now, while it has no shields. But if they don't go right now to kill a Core, and it gets its shields back, then they can't kill it. Like, imagine if there's a Lightning Breath here on this Jaina. She can't do anything. She doesn't get to play the game. Okay, yeah. I don't know. Genji played terrible. The Blaze build was bad. This level 16 talent by itself probably threw the game. And then let's look at the deaths. 3 deaths only? Really? Okay. Thought he had more. But yeah, Diablo's damage is so low, too. Yeah, so I feel like APOC was bad. And I'm not sure about the Diablo level 7 talent, and the level 16 Blaze talent was also really bad. Team Liquid just kept on getting sleeps and then rings, and focusing Blaze and just killing him. 100k healing both supports? Yeah, easily. That's just standard 2018 supports. I think Team Liquid played awful in the early game, but once they got to team fights, they played really well. Other than that one Genji death on the bottom lane team fight, they constantly were finding good combos with the Joanna with the Deckard, synergizing their CC, and then Jaina following up and focusing the target, just constantly, and constantly just catching the Blaze without bunker. Alright, let's see, there's one match left, Beyond the Game vs Tempo Storm, XD. Alright, I need to go to the washroom though, so I'll be right back. Give me 30 seconds. Alright. Yeah, that's the other thing too, when Rich got caught out when they were doing the boss. Because Gen G was really far ahead and they were just going to get a free boss, and then Rich got caught out. Yeah, you can, I mean, you can't rely on it, but you can at least look to capitalize on it when it does happen. Put that away. I mean, it's funny, because Gen G played the early game really well, with winning the rotation when they really shouldn't have, and then sneaking in the turn-in. And then they played the late game really bad, whereas Liquid played the early game really bad, and then played the late game really well, so... Arthas ban, that's random. That's just really random. So, Diablo, Garrosh both up. All the offlane is up. Alright, does Tempo take Garrosh here? Or are they doing some weird stuff? They wouldn't do weird stuff against a random team. I mean, that Uther pick is weird. Yeah, it's not like they're perfect gods that you need to win the draft super hard against and then outplay a ton. Like, you can just... Like, that's literally what Team Liquid did, is they had an early game comp that didn't get ahead in the early game, and then they just won every team fight for no reason. I mean, not for no reason, like, they played better in the team fights, but they won every team fight when they shouldn't have. Yeah, I don't know, Uther again, eh? A. Canadian, eh? Alright, Blaze ban with the Hawk already up. Kinda weird, because there's still just an Arel, and Arel actually beats the Hawka, whereas Blaze doesn't, but... This is Dragonshire, yeah, I don't know. I guess they're going for some weird Wombo teamfight stuff with the Blaze ban, because his bunker is way stronger than 25 armor, because bunker is 25 armor plus a bunker. Zool ban, sure. Sure. Kerrigan, yep. Just some weird teamfight stuff. There's a Junkrat, so beyond the game we'll just have 3-man bottom, Junkrat mid, ETC off lane. That's awful. That's just terrible. Don't do that, please. It's bad. You're not gonna be able to get away with it. Double support, main tank Uther with a Kerrigan. They're just not even taken seriously, Tempo Storm. That's fine. They don't need to. The enemy team's just gonna walk into them like this and give them a 2-man Kerrigan combo that they instantly win the team fight off of. Never mind, the Hakaton got interrupted. Bunker's cooldown's too long. Yeah. I definitely think that a pseudo cleanse plus full team avatar that can't be interrupted by CC and also gives a DPS increase to almost every hero in the game definitely should just not have a cooldown at all. So Tempo's 4-man rotating. Beyond the game is not 1-1 or 1-1-3ing, but they're 1-3-1ing. So they've got the 3-man mid with Junkrat bottom. And they're doing that so that they can get the night camp out early. And they're going to push top with the night camp. Sure, but Tempo's doing the bottom night camp, and they're going to push bottom super hard. The only issue is they're pushing into a Junkrat, which is really annoying, whereas Beyond the game is pushing into a Dahaka, which doesn't do anything. 1v3. Who wins this trade? It's pretty even. Tempo wins out because they have the winning 1v1 mid, but this should just be 4-4-4. Neither hero can really defend this effectively, but they both damage at about the same speed. The ETC has really high DPS for a tank compared to Malf and an Uther. And they keep pushing. No, they don't. Okay. So yeah, it's just an even trade. One thing here, let's go back. So this siege camp is alive the entire time, and one thing you can do on Junkrat is, so right here, no, even further back. So right here. So Junkrat sees enemy team capped the siege camp, and he knows that his team is going for a top lane push with the night camp. So he knows he's going to be alone defending bottom. So what you should do on Junkrat is when we get a vision of the lane, you should put your W right here, because or even maybe here, a bit further forward, because you know the siege camp's going to walk up, and it's going to start hitting your wall. So you have your W set up in advance to knock the siege camp into your wall, and then it dies for free, without you even touching it, because it just dies to the wall before the enemy team even gets there. That's what he should have done. Instead, he W's the Malf a couple times, and now, during this push, there's a siege camp pushing the entire time. And that's just terrible. That siege camp should just be dead already. It's still alive. Bought Fort Greater. It depends. I don't know, because now it's unsafe for Dahaka to walk up really far, and it's unsafe for Junkrat to walk up really far. But neither of them really has to walk up really far if their team is controlling the other side of the map. This is bad by Tempo. They should just lose DK here for this. Beyond the game leaves Diablo on this point, or maybe just Raynor. And then just Precious for DK. Nope, Uther just stepped on the point by himself. Oh, no, he didn't. Yep. They need to leave one person here to hold the point against Uther, and then send 2 more people mid, or they just kill the Uther, sure. I mean, this is what the issue is. You can't be doing the night camp. What you need to do, if you want to do this night camp, is you need to send someone top so that your Dahaka can get the point first. And then you can go do the night camp. But you can't do the night camp without doing that first, because now top is controlled by ADC. Dahaka can't just walk up and 1v1 him for the point, and your enemy team has 3 heroes bottom, so they just get the bottom cap. And if the enemy team does proper rotations, which this is fine, they killed Uther, then they get an advantage for free. And now your night camp does nothing, because somebody died. Or your night camp does nothing because the enemy team gets a DK, which both trades are bad. like Tempo just wants to run it down the bottom lane again. This does punish the enemy team for not having a global until level 10. Where if ETC's top against the Dahaka and Tempo 4 man's bottom, then it's just a 5v4 effectively for Tempo bottom lane, and Beyond the Game can't actually fight them. No, they're not pushing bottom. Never mind all that. Glau's caught out and loses all his essence though. So Glau is mid, and they see his rotation off of that minion. So Beyond the Game showed a bunch of heroes top during this night camp out. So Glau should know there's heroes that are top that are rotating mid. And he knows that there are minions watching him. So, and then the other thing too, there's no fort here, there's no towers here. He doesn't need to get top lane right away. He could just walk here, and he still gets to the minions in time. But he rotates greedy and he loses all of his essence for it. For nothing. Okay, carry combo misses. CC the Uther. ETC slide. Okay. They got the mouth cleanse. Yeah, a lot of teams make that mistake where they try and do this night camp before getting below top lane cap. What is happening here? Why is the camera so zoomed in right now? So Kerrigan goes for a combo but gets Junkrat W'd because of it, and then she dies. Sure. Now Beyond the Game's ahead. Sure. The Haka wasn't even here. This is a 4v5. Is the Haka here? Oh, he is here. Never mind. So it's a 5v5, but they lose it. I mean, the big thing, again, you don't have a real front line. Uther's not as tanky as an ETC or a Diablo, so you have to get on their back line, because if you just sit there, both teams hitting each other's tanks, you're going to lose every time. And they get the Kerrigan combo, but there's no follow-up, and there's nothing. I mean, there just isn't that much damage. Like, what follow-up is there for a combo? Unless the Dahaka CC lands and isn't interrupted. And there's so many interrupts for it, too. It's just Kerrigan combo, and then Gravian tries to jump on them. And maybe a Malfruit. And that Uther does nothing. And that's level 10 with DK. And again, this is a team that should be winning the early game off of their Kerrigan, having control over the mid lane. But they're not, and now the team that's scaling with the Diablo, with the ETC that needs level 10 to be a relevant global, and to do anything. And a Junkrat, who doesn't do anything team fights until level 10, they got level 10 and they're ahead still, instead of behind. Okay, there's a D shield. There's no damage though. I don't know. Diablo's pretty unkillable again. Greedy Greymane build? What's greedy about it? I mean, I guess the level 7 talent you mean? Diablo can yeah, he canceled the breath. He got scared that he was gonna die or something. Has to be greedy. I mean, this is, in competitive, like, they have 0 kills total. There's 2 kills total in this game. Like, this talent just does not get stacked unless you're really just snowballing on the enemy team. And if you're just farming the enemy team, then you don't need this talent, because then you should just be ahead by a level or 2. So it's just point. Oh no, never mind. This isn't off kills. This is off auto attack, so that's fine actually. I forgot that they reworked it. This just gives 30% damage once you fully stack it off of hitting heroes. I forgot they changed it for being a joke talent into a real one. Yeah. You guys caught me. But now, I mean, in the early game, Tempo should have had an advantage because they have the Kerrigan for control of mid, and they have the actual global, an actual offlane hero. But they didn't. They're behind instead, and now Beyond the Game has a global. Beyond the Game has a secondary global once they get 13 on Junkrat. Beyond the Game has the real tank, whereas Tempo Storm doesn't. Kerrigan's really squishy now. This time Beyond the Game get the trade of bottom lane Night Camp for Tempo Storm's Knights, which means that now Beyond the Game has a Night Camp pushing, while Tempo Storm doesn't have anything other than looking for a pick-off. And is Junkrat just going to face check into that? No. Okay, they're just going straight at the wall. That's fine. They get a tower. But this is going to be a Night Camp pushing during time where there's no fort, which means that the Hawk is going to be stuck here, clearing a Night Camp out. So ETC gets this for free, and he can even global, and Dahaka will take a while to even get to this cap, so it'll be... It can still be a 5v5, but if Dahaka digs at the same time that ETC globals, then the Night Camp will get a lot of value. And that is good for Beyond the Game. And they have the secondary global of Junkrat now, too. So Tempo Storm is running up to the global, running up to the Night Camp, and Beyond the Game is kind of just standing there doing nothing. Mid? What are they doing? So they saw Tempo Storm here, bottom, and then they see nobody mid, and then Junkrat's clearing the wave, but then his entire team shows on the wave that he's clearing by himself. So now Tempo Storm has perfect information, they know there's 4 heroes mid, and then they go to try and kill top. But it looks like Beyond the Game tells ETC to be safe, because they haven't seen anyone from Tempo Storm in a while, and then Tempo Storm shows them the Night Camp, so ETC backs up, they get bottom camp. But Beyond the Game should be getting something while this Night Camp is being cleared, which should be bottom lane push. And because Tempo Storm has to put their damage into the Night Camp, whereas Beyond the Game has to put their damage into the buildings, Beyond the Game should always be ahead on that trade. So it looks like out the wall off of that. Or finished off whatever's left of it. Now Tempo Storm rotates bottom to defend the push, and Beyond the Game goes in fog for a bit, but then they leave fog. Which is weird, but they can just go on the Uther here. Do some damage to him. That's bullet down. If they just disengage right now and heal back up, they can engage really hard now. Because there's no bullet. The Hawk is getting 1v1 by ETC right now. Like, there's no way they can kill Diablo. He's unkillable with bullet on cooldown. But Junkrat's way out of position. Alright. I mean, that's how Tempo Storm wins the fight, is they YOLO on the back line and hope there's no peel. And there was no peel. Deckard sleep is super late, too. Kerrigan actually just runs up and presses R and then Q. In combos. And Raynor doesn't even dodge it. Deckard sleep is like, alright, sure. And Junkrat is still sitting on the point, not even trying to escape it. And the ETC stage dive is so late, too. I don't know. Alright. But then Tempo's greedy and they're doing camps. So Beyond the Game actually stops the DK cap, which is pretty good. Pretty decent. ETC got ISO'd. The ISO had already run out. I saw the cooldown on the ISO when it got used. Alright, so in the end, Tempo Storm got 2 siege camps out of that teamfight win. Pretty good. Good macro. Now Tempo Storm is running at the top lane, but there is 5, and Beyond the Game is spread out. So Beyond the Game can split soak and still trade evenly. Because the big thing is, there's no way you can push this wall. This choke point is just too insane. It's impossible to actually push into. So after Tempo gets this fort, there's no way they can keep pushing. They have to rotate now. There's no way you get a successful D-Storm or Twilight Dream off against an ETC and a Diablo. And a Raynor and a Deckard. Like, all of them have interrupts for that. So Beyond the Game is still scaling. Junkrat's going to be 16. Diablo's still scaling. Raynor's still scaling, whereas... I mean, Tempo scales okay, but no insane power spikes. Unfettered Assault versus On the Prowl. I think On the Prowl is just better all the time. It's just 30% move speed permanently. ETC got Imposing Presence, which is pretty good. There's the Junkrat trap scouting the flank. Here comes the Hawkadig, way ahead of the stage dive. Where's the stage dive? So late. And Diablo isolated himself from his team. ISO'd again? Does he actually get ISO'd before the dig goes off? No? What? So I mean, the flank happens, and Diablo, instead of running with the rest of his backline and trying to stay near his support so he can get heals, just runs away from them. So he's completely split, and he just gets 4v1. And, I mean, he deliberately chooses, with perfect vision, perfect information, to run away from his teammates. And the stage dive is just late. As soon as you see them run into this trap here, and the Hawkadig start, stage dive should have started now. And it starts 2 seconds later, which is too late already. And then somehow, Deckard is just dying. Oh, they wake up the Dahaka that was slept. And then Deckard doesn't even cancel the sleep, so he gets tongued again and almost dies. Alright. And Beyond the Game is still holding on. Is still preventing DK cap. They're going to be forced to 5v5 mid now, though. Which, I mean, it still should favor Beyond the Game. They should still just be the better team at this point in the game. Be the stronger team comp. There's a ton of experience top for Beyond the Game too. As soon as they go get that, then they'll be even on experience. Junkrat's fine here. We got the W reset. Now, Beyond the Game sees 3 heroes here. They need to start rotating. Okay, good. In position to be able to push. And now they need to start clearing this and pushing up bottom lane as 4. Because they don't know where tempo's rotating. Okay, they see Kerrigan mid. So they can definitely start pushing up down here. Because they need to make sure that they can get on this cap when Dahaka gets on this cap. And they're not. Which means that now they're just pressured for the DK mid. Okay, EGC is probably just dead here then. Okay. Trying to wrangle a cat right now. Alright, then doesn't want to be wrangled. Game should just be over now. Maybe not. Junkrat defense is really strong and so is Rainer's. With Greymane in the DK though, Diablo should just be going in right now. There's no way they kill. Diablo should just be in, messing with the rest of Tempo Storm and fighting them. Especially if he had a pre-tap available, which I'm pretty sure he did. I feel like he pre-tap. Does he pre-tap right now? I can't see. How many? I have 2. Alright. Caught you. Alright, with only one keep down, Beyond the Game is still fine, because they do have 2 globals to clear out catapults. As long as they can like, hit level 20 in time for the next DK, then they can still just have a team fight to win the game. There's no way Tempo can just sit on one cap and wait for the enemy team to have to respond to catapults to win the game. It's not good enough. Greymane actually took melee splash, that's pretty surprising. Beyond the Game actually sees the Dahaka dig use too, which is pretty nice to know. Tempo maybe is trying to set up for an all-in push bottom with 3 camps before Beyond the Game's level 20. It shouldn't work into Junkrat. At worst, he has to use Riptire to clear it out. Or they just tongue Diablo and get a free engage on him. Really? So Dahaka just walks up and tongues the Diablo. And ETC isn't even in position to stop it. Okay. It was the Riptire to clear out everything, or half of it. I still feel like Tempo shouldn't be able to end here, unless ETC dies, I guess. Where are the Junkrat Qs? Is he just not getting the resets? He missed so many Qs here. Alright. Rainer's damage is insanely low, actually. That's pretty weird. Oh, you guys can't see the cat. There we go. Alright, one more game. Kerrigan banned. Alright. And that gives away Tyrande. There's the Malthael to counter the Diablo, and again a main tank Uther. I mean, I feel like Beyond the Game just did a bad job of punishing the main tank Uther, whereas other teams just punished it pretty easily. Is your nose dirty, cat? Yeah, I had to get him used to this. For a little while, whenever I picked him up and put him on my lap with like this, he would just go away and braid away. But then he realized he gets nice belly rubs, so he started to like it more. How do you download these games? This is just the VODs on Twitch. I'm not watching the games in client, but you can. There's a Dropbox folder somewhere. If you ask Cavalier Guest, he knows what it is. I forget what it is. What's good about main tank Uther? I don't know. I don't think it's that good. With the Kerrigan, it seemed decent, but it still should not have been successful. Into like Diablo Junkrat late game. Because this game especially, like this is a game where Tempo Storm has no engage, has no crowd control threat. So Beyond the Game's backline should just be able to do whatever they want the entire game. What any meta things do I think are good? Main tank Zool is pretty good. And Abathur is good on a lot more maps than he is picked on. Not on Tomb, but other maps. There's the Tyrande, instant cleanse on a Anorak Silence. Very balanced. And here's the thing. Malthael should be winning the 1v1 against Blaze, and that should give Tempo Storm the opportunity to force the health pack, especially because they have a Junkrat. Tempo Storm, Lucio, Greymane? No, it was bad. They just relied entirely on cheesing buildings early game with a Greymane and a Nubrak, and after that it did nothing. Alright, instead both teams are just trading out turret. I feel like this is just a missed opportunity, where you should be able to guarantee that Malthael out-rotates Blaze, and that you just have a 5v4 on this turret with two Junkrat Ws, because you see it's already set up, and then it's off cooldown. So we could knock off Diablo, and then knock off Alarak, and there's no way for Beyond the Game to contest that. Luckily for Fan, he also gets to do whatever he wants because he has infinite cleanses from Thrawn. I think I made a cat here in my mouth. You can watch the VODs from yesterday or something. Alright, so nobody got the health pack, so we're just even right now. There's a siege camp top for Beyond the Game, but it's not going to do anything. Malthael might even clear it. Am I naked? No. I've got a house coat on, and then underwear. So, Alarak combo, cleansed. No cleanse for all of that, but still gets out of it anyway. Alright then. They were close to getting a keep. Good job. It just comes at level 1, and it has 2 charges. And is on half the cooldown. Yeah, if it was a level 20 talent, or even like a level 13 talent, it wouldn't be stupid, but it's a level 1 talent that is just basically baseline. It is just a baseline part of her kit, just like Diablo's spell shield is, if you want to take it. This Tyrande is mana hungry? Yeah, she's half mana. How did that happen? So, I mean, the big thing is both teams are going to smash their faces into each other, and then Alexstrasza is going to pop dragons, so Tempo Storm needs to make sure that dragons actually pop before it's the last fight possible. But they're having trouble with that because they don't actually have enough damage to push through Blaze and Diablo and Alexstrasza sustain, and Alarak sustain even. Alright, there's a Neuther cleanse, and there's a dragon. And Beyond the Game should just win this fight by default. But it looks like it's not quite enough percent because the point got decapped. Oh no, Tempo Storm's just giving it away. Alright then. What's Vala build? It's auto with the move speed at level 1 and then W talents. You can just see it up here. It's right there. Oh, my camera's covering it up. Never mind. Not really a good place to put my camera. I guess I could put it in the bottom left. There. Forgot about that. Did they actually aggro a health pack camp with the tree golem? What? So it was aggroed as the tree golem spawned, and then they... Okay, sure. It's weird timing for it, because you can normally just take it. And now the tree golem is just ramming its face into 4 heroes without a minion wave, 4 heroes with it. die while they have a tree glove. That's pretty sad. Well, they are not nearly as far ahead as they should be with first tree glove. Not nearly as far ahead as they should be. But they still should be far enough ahead to just snowball this game. They have a health pack lead, Tempo Storm doesn't have a well here, or a wall. And it's still a half level lead. It still should be enough.